You are not well. Remain here in the cave. We'll come to you after hunting. Brother, stay here. Are we not brothers? So man and man should be, but clay and clay differs in dignity. Whose dust is both alike? I am very sick. Go you to hunting. I'll abide with him. So sick I am not, yet I am not well. But not so citizen wanton as to seem to die ere sick. So please you leave me. Stick to your journal course. The breach of custom is breach of all. I am ill, but your being by me cannot amend me. Society is no comfort to one not sociable. I am not very sick. Since I can reason of it, pray you trust me here. I'll rob none but myself, and let me die, stealing so poorly. I love thee. I have spoke it, how much the quantity, the weight, as much as I do love my father. What? How? If it be sin to say so, sir, I yoke me in my good brother's fault. I know not why I love this youth. And I've heard you say love's reasons without reason. The bride, the bier at door, and a demand who is it shall die. I'd say my father, not this youth. O noble strain, O worthiness of nature, breed of greatness, cowards, father, cowards, and base things, sire, base. Nature hath meal and bran, contempt and grace. I'm not their father, yet who this should be doth miracle itself. Love before me, 'tis the 9th hour of the morn. Brother, farewell. I wish ye sport. You health. So please you, sir. These are kind creatures. Gods, what lies I have heard! Our courtiers say all savage, but at court experience all thou disprovest report. The imperious seas breeds monsters, for the dish poor tributary rivers as sweet fish. I am sick still, heart-sick, Pisanio. I'll now taste of thy drug. I could not stir him. He said he was gentle but unfortunate, dishonestly afflicted, but yet honest. Thus did he answer me, yet said hereafter I might know more. To the field, we'll leave you for the time, go in and rest. We'll not be long away. Pray be not sick, for you must be our housewife. Well or ill, I am bound to you, and shalt be ever. This youth, howe'er distressed appears, he hath had good ancestors. How angel-like he sings, but his neat cookery. He cut our roots in characters, and sauced our broths as Juno had been sick, and he her dieter. Nobly he yokes, smiling with a sigh, as if the sigh was that it was not for not being such a smile, the smile mocking the sigh that it would fly from so divine a temple to commix with winds that sailors rail at. I do note that grief and patience rooted in them both mingle their spurs together. Grow patience, and let our sinking elder grief untwine his perishing root with the increasing vine. It is great morning, come away, who's there? I cannot find those runagates. That villain hath mocked me, I am faint. Those runagates, means he not us? I partly know him. 'Tis Cloten, the son of the queen. I fear some ambush. I saw him not these many years, and yet I know 'tis he. We are held as outlaws, hence. He is but one. You and my brother search what companies are near. Pray you away, let me alone with him. Soft, what are you that fly me thus, some villain mountaineers? I have heard of such. What slave art thou? A thing more slavish did I ne'er than answering a slave without a knock. Thou art a robber, a lawbreaker, a villain. Yield thee, thief. To who? To thee? What art thou? Have not I an arm as big as thine, a heart as big? Thy words, I grant, are bigger, for I wear not my dagger in my mouth. Say what thou art, why I should yield to thee. Thou villain base, knowest me not by my clothes. No, nor thy tailor, rascal. Who is thy grandfather? He made those clothes which, as it seems, make thee. Thou precious varlet, my tailor made them not. Hence then, and thank the man that gave them thee, for thou art some fool. I am loath to beat thee. Thou injurious thief, hear but my name and tremble. What's thy name? Cloten, thou villain. Cloten, thou double villain be thy name. I cannot tremble at it. Were it toad or adder, spider, 'twould move me sooner. To thy father further fear, nay, to thy mere confusion thou shalt know, I am son of the queen. I am sorry for it, not seeming so worthy as thy birth. Are not afeard. Those that I reverence, those I fear, the wise. At fools I laugh, not fear them. Die the death. When I have slain thee with my proper hand, I'll follow those that even now fled hence, and on the gates of Lud's town set your heads. Yield, rustic mountaineer. No companies abroad. None in the world. You did mistake him, sure. I cannot tell. Long is it since I saw him, but time hath nothing blurred those lines of favour which then he wore, that snatches in his voice and burst of speaking, whereas his, I am absolute, 'twas very Cloten. In this place we left them. I wish my brother make good time with him. You say he is so fell. Being scarce made up, I mean not man. He had not apprehension of roaring terrors, for defective judgment is oft the cause of fear. But see thy brother. This Cloten was a fool, an empty purse. There was no money in it. Not Hercules could have knocked out his brains, for he had none. Yet I not doing this, the fool had borne my head as I do his. What hast thou done? I am perfect, what? Cut off one Cloten's head, son to the queen after his own report, who called me traitor mountaineer and swore with his own single hand he'd take us in, displace our heads where, thank the gods, they grow, and set them on Lud's town. We are all undone. Why, worthy father, what have we to lose but that he swore to take our lives? The law protects not us. Then why should we be tender to let an arrogant piece of flesh threat us? Play judge and executioner all himself, for we do fear the law. what company discover you abroad. No single soul can we set eye on, but in all safe reason he must have some attendance. Though his honor was nothing but mutation, aye, and that from one bad thing to worse, not frenzy, not absolute madness, could so far have raved to bring him here alone. Although perhaps it may be heard at court that such as we cave here, hunt here, are outlaws, and in time may make some stronger head, the which he hearing, as it is like him, might break out and swear he'd fetch us in. Yet is it not probable to come alone, either he is so undertaking, or they so suffering. And on good ground we fear, if we do fear this body hath a tail more perilous than the head. Let ordinance come, as the gods foresay it, howsoe'er my brother hath done well. I had no mind to hunt this day. The boy Fidel's sickness did make my way long forth, with his own sword, which he did wave against my throat. I have ta'en his head from him, I throw it into the creek behind that rock, and let it to the sea, until the fishes use the queen's son cloten. That's all I reck. I fear 'twill be revenged. Would, Polydore, thou hadst not done it, though valor becomes thee well enough. Would I had done it, so the revenge alone pursued me. Polydore, I love thee brotherly, but envy much thou hast robbed me of this deed. I would revenges that possible strength might meet would seek us through and put us to our ends. Well, 'tis done. We'll hunt no more today, nor seek for danger. Where there's no profit, I prithee to our rock. You and Fidel play the cooks. I'll stay till hasty Polydore return and bring him to dinner presently. Poor sick Fidel. I'll willingly to him, to gain his colour, I'd let a perish of such Cloten's blood, and praise myself for charity. Why, he but sleeps. If he be gone, he'll make his grave a bed, with female fairies will his tomb be haunted, and worms will not come to thee. With fairest flowers whilst summer lasts, and I live here for death, I'll sweeten thy sad grave. Thou shalt not lack the flower that's like thy face, pale primrose, nor the azured harebell like thy veins, no, nor the leaf of eglantine, whom not to slander outsweetened not thy breath. The ruddock wood with charitable bill, O bill, some shaming those rich left heirs that let their fathers lie without a monument. Bring thee all this, yea, and furred moss besides. When flowers are none, to winter ground thy corpse. Prithee have done, and do not play in wench-like words with that which is so serious. Let us bury him, and not protract with admiration what is now due debt. To the grave. Say, where shall lay him? My good Euryphile, our mother. Be it so, and let us, Polydore, though now our voices have got the mannish crack, sing him to the ground as once to our mother. Use like note and words, save that Euryphile must be Fidel. Cardwal, I cannot sing, I'll weep and word it with thee. For notes of sorrow out of tune are worse than priests and fanes that lie. We'll speak it then. Great griefs I see, medicine the less, for Cloten is quite forgot. He was a queen's son's boys, and though he came our enemy, remember, he was paid for that. Though mean and mighty rotting together have one dust yet reverence. That angel of the world doth make distinction of place between high and low. A foe is princely, and though you took his life as being a foe, yet bury him as a prince. Pray you fetch him hither. Thistes' body is as good as Ajax, when neither are alive. If you'll go fetch him, we'll say our song the whilst. Brother, begin. Nay, Cardwal, we must lay his head to the east. My father hath a reason for it. 'Tis true. Come on then and remove him. So begin. Fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter's rages. Thou thy worldly task hast done, home art gone and ta'en thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers, come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe and eat. To thee the reed is as the oak. The sceptre, learning, physic must all follow this and come to dust. Fear no more the lightning flash, nor the all-dreaded thunderstone. Fear no slender censor rash, let us finish joy and moan. Our lovers young, our lovers must consign to thee and come to dust. No exercise or harm thee, nor no witchcraft charm thee. Ghost unlaid forbear thee, nothing ill come near thee. Quiet consummation have, and renowned be thy grave. We have done our obsequies. Come, lay him down. Here's a few flowers, but about midnight more. The herbs that have on them cold dew of the night are strewings fittest for graves upon their faces. You were as flowers, now withered. Even so these herblets shall which we upon you strew come on away upon our knees. The ground that gave them first has them again. The pleasures here are past, so is their pay. Yes, sir. To Milford Haven. Which is the way? I thank you. By yon bush, pray how far thither odds pitikins can it peace smell yet? I've gone all night. Faith, I'll lie down and sleep. But soft, no bedfellow. Oh, gods and goddesses, these flowers are like the pleasures of the world. This bloody man, the care on it, I hope I dream, for so I thought I was a cave keeper, and cook to honest creatures. But 'tis not so. 'Twas but a bolt of nothing, shot at nothing, which the brain makes of fumes. Our very eyes are sometimes like our judgments blind. Good faith, I tremble still with fear, but if there be yet left in heaven a drop of pity, the wren's eye, feared God's a part of it. The dreams here still, even when I wake it is without me, as within me, not imagined, felt. A headless man, the garments of Posthumus. I know the shape of a leg. This is his hand. His foot, mercurial, his martial thigh. The bronze of Hercules, but his jovial face, murder in heaven, how 'tis gone. Pisanio, all curses mad and Hecuba gave the Greeks, and mine to boot be darted on thee. Thou, conspired with that irregulous devil Cloten, hath here cut off my lord, that to right and raid be henceforth treacherous. Damned Pisanio, hath with his forged letters damned Pisanio, from this most bravest vessel of the world, struck the main top. O Posthumus, alas, where is thy head? Where's that? Ay me, where's that? Pisanio might have killed thee at the heart, and left this head on. How should this be? Pisanio, 'tis he and Cloten, malice and lucre in them, have laid this woe here. Oh, 'tis pregnant. Pregnant! Drug he gave me, which he said was precious and cordial to me. Have I not found it? Murderous to the senses. That confirms at home. This is Pisanio's deed, and Cloten. Oh, give colour to my pale cheek with thy blood, that we, the horror, may seem to those which chance to find us. Oh, my lord, my lord. To them the legions garrisoned in Gallia, after your will, have crossed the sea, attending you here at Milford Haven with your ships. They are here in readiness. But what from Rome? The Senate hath stirred up the confreres and gentlemen of Italy, most willing spirits, that promise noble service, and they come under the conduct of bold Iachimo, Sienna's brother.
Call Jade up. Jade, we're on a party bus.
When expect you then? With the next benefit of the wind. This forwardness makes our hopes fair. Command our present numbers be mustered. Bid the captains look to it. Now, sir, what have you dreamed of late of this war's purpose? Last night, the very gods showed me a vision. I fast and prayed for their intelligence. Thus, I saw Jove's bird, the Roman eagle, winged from the spongy south to the spot of the west. They're vanished in the sunbeams, which portends, unless my sins abuse my divination, success to the Roman host. Dream often so and never false. Soft ho, what trunk is here without his top? The rune speaks that sometime it was a worthy building. How? A page? Or dead or sleeping on him? But dead rather, for nature doth abhor to make his bed with the defunct, or sleep upon the dead. Let's see the boy's face. He's alive, my lord. Here then instruct us of this body. Young one, inform us of thy fortunes, for it seems they crave to be demanded. Who is this thou makest thy bloody pillow? Or who was he that otherwise a noble nature did, hath altered that good picture? What's thy interest in this sad wreck? How came it? Who is it? What art thou? I am nothing, or if not nothing, to be were better. This was my master, a very valiant Briton, and a good that here by mountaineers lies slain. Alas, there's no more such masters. I may wander from east to occident, cry out for service, try many, all good, serve truly, never find such another master. Lack, good youth, thou movest no less with thy complaining than thy master in bleeding. Say his name, good friend. Richard de Chump. If I do lie and do no harm by it, the gods here, I hope they'll pardon it. Say you, sir, thy name? Fidelis. Thou dost approve thyself the very same. Thy name where fits thy faith thy name will take thy chance with me. I will not say thou shalt be so well mastered, but by Yeshua no less beloved. The Roman Emperor's letters sent by counsel to me should not sooner than thine own worth prefer thee. Go with thee. I'll follow, sir. But first, and it please the gods, I'll hide my master from the flies as deep as these poor pickaxes can dig. And when with wild wood leaves and weeds I have strewed his grave, in on it set a century of prayers, such as I can, twice o'er, I'll weep and sigh, and leaving so his service follow you, so please you entertain me. My good youth, and rather father thee than master thee, my friends. The boy hath taught us manly duties. Let us find out the prettiest day's plot we can, and make him with our pikes and partisans a grave. Come, arm him, boy, he's preferred by thee to us, and he shall be interred, as soldiers can. Be cheerful, wipe thine eyes and falls, our means the happier to arise.
Oh,